$70,000 on their very first deal. How did this DC couple do it? Stand by. Let's get it. Hello, guys. This is Ty, a.k.a. The Flip Man. Today, I have 2 YouTube subscribers, not students. They've done what I've instructed a lot of people to do, is to take advantage of my 200 plus videos, which are free right here on my YouTube channel. So today, out of the DC area, DC area, we have a couple, a married couple, Aaliyah and Antoine, and I really appreciate them giving us an opportunity to learn from their experience and how they closed their first deal. And it was a whopper. It was all time, one of the best I've ever heard. And I've over the years, just not to let me ramble, but I've heard people say you can't wholesale in DC, and I'm just going to name some markets in LA and New York because of the price of the houses. And it's just simple. The only reason houses are that much is because people can afford to pay it. Exactly. You know, but you're still going to have the same issue. So enough of that. So today I have Antoine and Aaliyah here. And so how's it going, guys?
Great.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. How was the vacation? We're going to get into how you got to that point, but how was the vacation?
It was great. Look, I have a little tan. I'm already dark, but I got a tan. It was great. We needed it. Yeah. We went to Barbados for a week.
It's a beautiful thing to sit on the beach and just continue to come up with a plan, how we're going to make more money. So,
oh, most definitely.
We go on vacation. We try to do a vacation for my birthday every year, but it's always like, okay, when we get back, we know, but it feels good to go on vacation and kind of can just breathe a little bit because we have a nest egg.
Oh, so. Yeah. Oh, you got a nest egg. You got a whole dozen. And this, So what I want to do is that we'll get into the deal that your first deal as far as a wholesale deal, but just to get a little background about you guys, what do you all do? So I'll just lead you and you answer the questions answer the question because you know the answer. But what do you all do? I know your background, Aaliyah, you're a realtor, but we'll just get into that. How did you all get started in real estate? What's your journey like? Don't be alarmed. We'll get back to Aaliyah and Antoine, but I had to do some house cleaning. Remember, you can access those same 200 plus videos that Aaliyah and Antoine used to close their very first deal right on my YouTube channel, flipman.net. While you're on my channel or watching any of my videos, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you are alerted whenever I upload new videos and when I go live on YouTube, especially on Thursday nights where you can join my live flipinars on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. That's where I will answer your questions on wholesaling houses or real estate investing in general. That's Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, and 4 p.m. on the West Coast. And yes, if you need step-by-step courses along with the coach, I do offer that as a paid option at flipman.net. Please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. Make sure you like this video, share it, and comments are welcomed. Oh, and one more thing, you can access my podcast at flipmanpodcast.com for Apple and Android devices. Enough house cleaning, back to regular programming with Aaliyah and Antoine.
Well, honestly, I bought my first house at 24 with the help of him. We've been together for almost 16 years, on and off. Okay. So I bought my first property at 24. I always, when I bought it, and I sold with my realtor mate, I was like, okay, I want to get in real estate some type of way. But being scared, it took me a while. a decade or whatever. So I got my real estate license in 2009. I've been a full-time realtor since 2013. So I am a licensed DC and Maryland realtor. So yeah.
Okay. All right. As far as did you always want to get into the investing side of it, or you thought being a real estate agent was investing?
Exactly. Like, honestly, I had no idea about really the investing side. There's a guy who's in my office, a colleague, another agent, and he seemed to be pretty financially, fit. And so I was asking him, I used to always ask him, like, can you teach me, like, what you're doing on the side of being a realtor? He would always say, yeah, I'll show you, but he never did. Like, he never did. So I've always wanted to do, because I've heard of, like, some of the realtors in my area who are, like, getting it on the investment side, but I never had the direction, I never even knew what wholesaling was until this year.
Oh, wow. Okay. How long have you been an agent?
Since almost 8 years.
Okay. All right.
8 years.
Just as a note on that, I often tell students, well, that's one of the things that I get a lot of questions about is about should I build a team with an agent, blah, 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 or whatever. My theory on now, you don't really need to do that, but, there's a lot of ways to do it. But that people assume that agents know what wholesaling is. I said you can line up 10 agents and 9 of them have never heard of it.
Absolutely. I've never even heard of it. I knew what like renovating, fix and flip, but I never even knew what wholesaling was, and I've been an agent for 8 years.
Who introduced you to wholesaling?
Honestly, you. Like,
okay.
Honestly, you.
I'm saying, but what would you have had to been looking for because you didn't know it existed? So okay. I guess, I use the term flipping in a lot of my titles and stuff. So, but go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. So in January, like the end of December, January, remember the guy I was telling you about in my office? I used to come to him for advice because he was pretty much like the top agent in our office. And so I had a girl who was a friend of mine, and she wanted to sell her property in DC. And so I was telling him, like, maybe you can help me with this particular deal or whatever, because we were like partners. We were cool. And so he kind of like, he made it turn into a wholesale deal. And, but I didn't know what wholesaling meant, but he kind of did it. But he kept me on the sidelines. But me being me, I'm like, why aren't we just doing a traditional sale? So he went and got a cash buyer, and we did it like that. And he just split the money with me. But I still was kind of like oblivious. And I came home and I told my husband, now this was in January. Okay.
What were the details from your understanding? Assuming you don't know what you know now, but what were the details on the deal? Like, what? How did I make the money?
Right. So what it was I was helping her buy a new house. So I was more focused on finding her a new house, and I was kind of letting him deal with selling her house. So he just told me, he said, well, send her this contract. Now this was the assignment contract. After we had got her, after she had signed it over to him, he had did like a regular standard sales contract. And yeah, a sales contract.
What were the numbers on it? What was the price and what, okay, obviously she sold it at a discount. What was the price and what was the ARV at that time? Now, not what he wholesaled it for, but what was the contract price with her and what was it worth?
So the contract price with her was like $185.
Okay.
And it was worth like maybe like $290 or something like that, like $290.
Okay.
And so, he had did it, but he had put me down as, he had just put, it was like in the addendum to pay Aaliyah Johnson a consultant fee of $10,000. So that's what he did for me. And then once we started getting more into it, because I'm just the type, I'm like, okay, no, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So then he sent the assignment, and I looked and I'm like, hold up, like, how you gonna make? And I called him like, hold up, how am I making $10,000? Which I was actually happy with, because it was more than I was gonna get once I paid my broker fees and everything.
Of course.
But I saw that he was gonna be making like 40, so I'm like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So, the deal ended up going where we had to like lower it, so we ended up making $15,000, and we just split that.
Okay.
But that's when I started to realize, okay, what is this? What is this? And so I have another friend, and she said, oh, he wholesaled it. And I'm like, what's that? You know what I mean? This was a friend. She's not even in my office, but she's just another realtor that I'm cool with.
Okay.
She wholesaled it. So that was in January. Okay. So, I mean, I just kept going about my business, doing my real estate.
Did you see the HUD? Did you see the HUD?
I did.
Okay.
And
did you have to share because was that considered a part of the brokerage, or that was outside of the brokerage?
No, it wasn't in the brokerage.
Okay. All right.
But like I said, I had also found her a new home. So, but with this particular, with selling her home, it didn't have anything to do with the broker.
Okay. All right.
So I came home and I told my husband, remember, this was like the beginning of January, and I was like, okay, we gotta find out what wholesaling is. Like, I've been a realtor for 8 years. Let's find out what wholesaling is. Let's get into this wholesaling. After that, he got into it, and I mean, he had looked at like pretty much all of your videos, all of them, and it just kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a trucker, whether it's over the road, but at this time I actually gave up being over the road, had my own truck, and I wanted to be home more. So I had a local job, just driving tractor trailers, and home every day, but I'm doing like 12 hours, getting up 2 in the morning, going to bed at 8:30 just to make my day go right. But when she told me about that, and I started looking into information on YouTube, I came across your videos, and I'm over the road, like I'm driving like 12 hours, 11 hours.
Oh, okay.
So videos, I'm just playing through my speakers, listening, just getting all the knowledge.
Wow.
And everything. So, yeah. Man, I tilt my hat to you. So once I start learning, I'm coming home telling her,
flip man.
Yeah, bandit signs, got the bandit signs out. We on the grind. She driving. I'm putting the signs out. And that's how it really started. She started on the social media, started putting it out there on social media. Now her friends and everybody knows this is what she do. So that's how we came across. Actually, this biggest deal, really the second one. But she just never talk about the first one. But it is what it is. It was a wholesale deal.
Right. I just didn't know it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you just I guess what you made, $7,500? It was $7,500?
Yep.
Okay. So you just basically fell into $7,500, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you always say. You will fall into a deal. You just.
Oh yeah, make a mistake and want to happen. Wow. Okay, so you were putting out bandit signs. Now you all I know you all. I understand it a little bit. I know Baltimore butts up against DC. Right. So what areas? I don't want to get ahead of myself on the deal because I want you to tell it all. But how did you determine where you were going to place bandit signs?
Honestly, from what you always say, just start where you always see signs at, and that's what I did. And Baltimore is like 45 minutes away from DC, so we actually started in the neighboring states, cities of Maryland. Like you have like Hyattsville, which is right there on the borderline, and a few more other cities that's like 5 minutes from DC. We haven't reached Baltimore yet. That's like 45 minutes away.
So we're closer to DC.
I got you. So what type of neighborhoods would these be considered? Would they be like blue collar hood or lower middle class, upper? What type of neighborhood are we talking?
Where we put the signs at. It's so much traffic in DC. I mean, the traffic, but where we was putting the signs, that we was putting them where anybody could see it.
I got you.
I have, working class. So I didn't discriminate on where I put the signs at. But our first 2 deals that didn't go through just because the numbers wasn't right, they was pretty much kind of like everything changing in DC and Maryland, the outskirts of Maryland where we at. So the hood is not the hood anymore.
I got you.
Everybody trying to get those properties, so you know.
What did your sign? What did you have on your signs? What your message said?
We buy houses in red and blue, just like you said.
He was like, yeah, he literally like watched all of your videos, and he's like,
I still watch them. I'm always still, because it's we just started. We new to this, so
yeah,
you doing.
I got you. What how many? Well, let me ask you this: do you remember how many signs you ordered originally?
50.
Okay.
We didn't have, you know what I mean? We were just trying to start and use what we had.
I got you. What did that 50? Were you generating any calls from those or?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the actual deal that you did. All right, so I'm assuming it came from Bandit Signs.
It probably came from my social media because I put up one of the Bandit signs. I took pictures with it, and I was like,
she's a genius on social media. So
yeah,
really, okay.
Mm-hmm. Everything we did, signs. I mean, anything we do, she put it on social media. She talk about it and letting people know. Okay, I do this as well as being a realtor. So people start reaching out to it that way as well. So. Yeah.
Well, when you okay, so did the sign come from Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat? Which one?
It came from Facebook because I had took one of the Bandit signs and I had put under it the post. I was like, read my sign. We buy houses, and then one of the guys, he hit me up and it happened to be one of his family members' houses. So it came from that sign that I took a picture with. I just held up the Bandit sign and I put it on my Facebook.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So tell us how did that went? I guess the initial contact from that individual.
So his grandmother was looking to sell her property. Now where she lives, she's been living there for like 60 years, okay? And it's considered a really well-to-do neighborhood in DC.
Okay.
So it's called Capitol Hill. And so I pretty much, went over there. He downloaded your sign,
your contract.
And so we just got the deal. Now we really could have closed the deal. It took a little longer because I had to find her a senior home to move to.
Really?
Yeah. So she wanted to move before I actually, sold the property.
All right. The initial conversation, did you get a price on the house or how did that kind of initial conversation, because I'm assuming you knew the ARV of it or whatever. So how did the initial conversation go with the, what you say, a son or grandson or whatever?
Well, so when I talked to the grandson, he was saying, she only wants, she'd be happy with like $440,000. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, and I knew those houses over there sold 700, and it's DC is like, it's really expensive. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's up there. It's not as like LA and New York, but it's getting there.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So, in this house, needed, a lot of work. It's not renovated, but it was just in this particular neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
So that's what it is. I went over there and I said, well, and me being me, my husband, I said, well, I can get you more than that, And yeah. You don't understand. This deal, it has been a blessing, but we have learned so much from this one deal because we'll get into that, but we left so much money on the table. Even though we made a lot of money, we could have made so much more.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. What's half of zero?
I went over there and, so we did it. I did it for $530,000.
And what was the initial price that they said they would take?
440.
That's her heart, though. I was so know her, but that's her heart. She just naturally good.
All right, so that 60 big was left on the table.
That's 60 right there.
That's 60. No, wait till you hear the story.
That's
Okay.
60 right there.
So I did it for $530. Okay.
Wait a minute. You went from 500 to 530.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay, let's go. Continue.
So, okay. So do you want me to continue on with the deal?
Yeah.
No, you really don't have-
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Woo, that's 90 grand. Woo.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But babe, you did great though. Ain't no doubt. I'm not. Oh my God, you did great.
We learned from this deal. Oh my goodness.
Wait till you hear the rest.
So I got under contract. So it took a while for me to like find her a place to go. So once I found her a home to go to.
Wait a minute. When did it start? When did the initial contact start? If you remember.
Probably this is August. So maybe like about 60 days ago. Yeah, like 2 months. June.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so like June, so it wasn't that long, but it started in like June. And so like the longest process was just me finding her a good senior home to go to because they wanted me to pretty much take care of everything. So I found her a home, and like the day that she moved in, because she wasn't going to do anything until she moved into the home. So
yeah, that took like actually almost a month.
Yeah, just to find her a place to go to.
Okay.
So once I found her a place, it was like free reign. So once I got, so I called the title company that I work with as a realtor, and because I was calling different title companies because I didn't know what if different title companies would even do wholesale deals.
Uh-huh.
So I called this particular title company, and the owner of it, she knew me just from doing my real estate deals there. And she said, well, listen, before you put it out there, she said, I have 2 investors that I want you to call who buy houses in DC. I said, okay. Now this was on a Friday. So I was like, okay. So I said, well, I'll call them Monday. I couldn't even, that night, they were like calling me. The first one called me. And so, me being me. So, like I said, I had it under contract for $530. He was like, first he started, he was like, well, I'll give you $550. I was like, what, you're crazy. So, make a long story short, we got it up to $600. So I'm like, shit, that's $70,000 that I would make. Just straight $70,000. So I told my husband, I'm like, he was in bed, but his whole thing was like, just chill, like I know if we can get so much more, but I'm like we're gonna make $70,000.
I wanted to be honest with you. When we was doing the conference, we saw that it was house maybe like 3 doors down. That whoever bought it, they fixed it up, but they extended the back out and they made condos.
Oh, wow.
They turned one house into 2 condos, and each condo, one of them, I think they got like 800-something thousand for
just for one.
And the other condo, they was gonna get like $1 million or almost $1 million. Another, so
right.
So I said, Lee, let's call those people who did the renovation and let them know what we have. But she didn't want to do that, and I didn't put my foot down enough. Because we business partners, and I didn't put my foot down enough to check that out on my own, or get her to do it or check it out on my own. So go ahead, Lee.
So I came upstairs. I'm like, listen, he's a cash buyer. Like he's legit. The lady at the title company says he's. So he sent me his his proof of income, and I'm like his proof of funds.
Yeah.
So I told my husband, I'm like, we're gonna make $70,000. So we did it.
So he sent you over. So when did you all do a contract with him? That night?
That night, I didn't even tell anyone. That night, and he sent me an $8,500, EMD.
To you?
Yeah.
To you?
Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't put it in escrow. He sent it to you.
He sent me the picture of it, but
okay.
He sent him that Monday. So that was on Friday. That Monday, he took it to their office.
I got you. I got you. So from that point, from the point that I guess you went on the contract that Monday, how long did it take to close?
Not long, like what, 10 days or?
Yeah.
10 days.
All right. So the night before the closing, and you confident it's going to happen. So what was that like?
No. Hey,
well, okay.
Ty, we got some more to tell you.
Yeah,
this will be real quick.
Yeah.
He took the guy that we was actually selling the property to. He took that same contract and he resold it because we left more money on the table.
He double assigned it.
He assigned it for $700.
So he made $100,000 and we made $70,000.
And you know why? Because he knew that he could make that house into condos. I kicked myself in the butt because I said we should have reached out to the guy a few houses down who turned that house into condos. Or just
other cash buyers.
So that was $700,000. We could have left with like $170,000, almost $200,000 off this deal.
Yeah, because if he made $100,000, that's $170,000. Then you added another $90,000 in the beginning, so that's $260,000.
So that's
what it is, though. So, but hey, that's $70,000.
I'm telling you.
I know.
But I'm just like, I've never made, and then I had a deal that I closed in July. So in July, I made close to $80,000 in 1 month. So I'm looking at it like I can't even, and the guy who did it, the cash buyer, he's been doing it for like 12 years.
Yeah.
This is our first deal together. So to make like close to $80,000, $70,000, do in 1 month.
Yeah, actually, and be honest with you, I'm always doing the numbers. So we actually put not even 20 hours into this deal and it made $70,000. So that's almost over $3,000 an hour. So.
Yeah, that's just mind-boggling, man. Wow, what a story. Everything that goes into it. So, I remember when you contacted me Thursday. Was it Thursday? Thursday, and to set this up, you told me, because you had reached. Well, what happened was that I posted some stuff on Instagram, and you responded to, "Thank you, Ty. We made $70,000 on our first deal." I'm like, whoa. So I DM'd you and say, well, do you want to tell this story? And you're like, yeah, of course. Yeah, I would love to. So but I didn't hear from you for a couple of days. And so then you called me because I left you my number. And you were like, yeah, we was on vacation. So I asked you you say, well, you got the wire. Yeah, I asked you, had the vacation already been planned? Or it was you pulled the trigger after you got the money?
As soon as we got that wire, I was on Expedia or, travel, one of those that night, we were taking our vacation. So that wire hit and we were out like the 2 days out.
Hey, did you already even look for a discount or y'all just paid whatever the price was?
Yeah, we just kind of paid. I mean, I didn't go crazy,
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to take us a nice vacation.
I got you. Did you all have a good time?
We had a ball.
Great time.
Okay, boy. It's good to go on a vacation. You ain't got to worry about no bills coming back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like come back dead. A lot of people go on vacation, come back dead broke.
Yeah. Well, we've been on vacations and come back and like, oh Lord, I gotta close some deals. He gotta go over the road,
Yeah, I got you.
So, yeah.
Okay, so now you all have a war chest. So what's next for you as far as marketing? Because that's what this all just boils down to.
Soon as we got, like I said, we went and we just kind of said, okay, this is what we're going to do. So we went and got our LLC, so we're officially a real estate investing business. We went and got that done, got our business account set up. And so he just ordered 600 banded signs. He did
direct mail.
Okay.
Yeah, those two right now, that's what's done. The banded signs on their way already. Direct mail, and I'm looking into other ways of marketing. Like she on social media. She pushing on social media, and I'm looking like they called it like every door direct mail. I'm looking into that because there's certain areas where we would love to, those DC deals is, set things straight. So we looking for those. Actually, we have one or two already in the works. So
okay,
we just
cool. Yeah, so I guess you all had the ultimate motivated seller, somebody that was going to relocate, was looking, and I guess your realtor did come in handy there because you were able to supply her need as far as finding another location. So that paid off for you handsomely. So, God, wow, what an amazing story. Now we know you can wholesale in DC. At least the flip man followers know that.
You definitely
We
can.
already knew it, but I like to throw that out there. But anyone that's, I'm sorry, say it again.
I said we just had to thank you. Like the fact that you had us on here. I mean, my husband, like he learned so much from you. We use your one-page contract.
Why? Yeah, I'm glad you brought that back up. Why didn't you just you're a realtor? Why didn't you use the standard realtor's contract for DC for that market?
It was too long. And I asked the title company if we could use it, and she said yeah.
Like your guy from Louisiana said, your contract is one page. You know, I can understand it. And if it was more than that, if they can't understand it, then, you know, what's the use? So that one page, I could definitely understand it. She can. So we work with that, and it's usable. You can use it. So, you know.
If you all had to, just as a ending note here, if you want to say anything to someone that's getting started, your story is a little different than most or whatever, but everybody's experience is going to be different on how they get into this business. You fell into it by accident or whatever, but if you want to say anything to people that are watching this, that will be watching this, as far as encouragement on getting started, what would you have to say?
I mean, I would just tell people that, like, it's real. Like, when you see those signs or, you know, that may say, you know, get into real estate investing with no money and no credit, like, it's real. You just have to, I tell people, just you don't even have to get mentors, but use what you have. We found you for free, you know, it's a blessing, you know, but, like, it's real. Just stop being, I mean, for me, like, just, you know, get out of stop thinking that stuff is not real. You know, it doesn't have to, you don't have to have degrees, or you don't have to be, you know, you can make money not the traditional way. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go to college and all that. Like, you can really become financially free. You know, this wholesaling business is real. That's just what I say. And I've been a realtor since 2009, almost over 8 years. And I've never made $70,000 off of one deal. Never. You know, in 10 days. So it's real.
Now I want to actually say that if you're tired, well, me personally, if you're just tired of working 12 hours or 2 jobs and you still barely making ends meet, you know, sometimes it's time to try something else and start putting money in other people's pocket. You know, they're not going to get you rich. You're going to get yourself rich. So just try something else out. And just so happen, you know, like I said, we saw that. We always seen the signs, but never looked into it. So sometimes you just got, like she said, get out your own way. And this is real. You know, it's real. It could change your life. It's definitely changing our life. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm working. I'm averaging almost 60 hours a week. I'm actually just doing this because I took leave, you know, so I could focus more on this.
I'm sure you did. Hey, yeah, and I often talk to people. As a matter of fact, I talked to a cat a week or so ago. He said he worked about 60 hours, and this man, you just gotta make it happen, man. You know, just. You know, I think it's 168 hours in a week. You know, you still got 100 hours there. You know, I know you got to get some sleep or whatever, but you just have to make it happen. You know, it's really that simple. But guys, man, y'all have really made my day. I really couldn't even sleep last night thinking about doing this interview with y'all. You all have been great. You were able to tell your story. I think it will really help people because it's totally different than anything that I've ever heard. But those opportunities are out there. And as you see, you probably already knew it, but a lot of people say, well, you know, people that got that kind of cash, you know, $500,000, 600, yeah. Yeah, people. I always tell you, if I can get a deal on the Empire State Building, which is probably worth a bill, I can wholesale it. And probably in 10 days. You know what I'm saying? So we get a clear title. You know, you're just gonna always have those different levels. And obviously the bigger the city, such as DC, in that market, it's just a huge market. You know, the more opportunities, it's gonna be there's never gonna be too much competition. No one person, no group of people can buy up all the deals or whatever. So and then the way you came across that deal, you did some untraditional marketing on Facebook or whatever, just basically taking a photo of you holding your bandit sign, and boom, 70 grand later and a trip to Barbados.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, guys, I really appreciate it. We'll go ahead and get out here and let you all get about your day. And hey, you know, I'll be talking to you all in the future. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Ty. Thank you so much.
Well, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you really helping. You touching a lot of people. I know you know, but you touching a lot of people. I mean, like I said, I was doing it. I took the time. I'm driving hours out the day, but I'm listening to you because I knew it had to be something. It had to be real. So, man, I appreciate what you're doing. A lot of people do. So.
All right, no problem at all, man. And thanks, and we will see you on the flip side.
All righty.
Okay.